Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So we are giving others some minutes to join in. We'll start shortly. While we are doing that, can you introduce yourself in the chat box? Tell us your name and where you are connecting from. Just go to the chat box and tell us your name and where you're
Hello
connecting from.
everyone, good evening.
Okay, I think we will start now. I'll welcome everyone to this mission. See, okay, so the chat box is enabled. Please, can we? Okay, please go to the chat box. Tell us your name and where you are watching from. I'm going to be sharing my screen now so we can kickstart the training. Okay, so I can see some of our responses. Yeah. Okay, hi, Oyakilome from West Africa, Benin. It's good to have you here. Odushola Samo, it's good to have you here. Okay, so I would like more people to tell us where they are watching from, name of their school in that manner. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing up my sheet now. To those watching on YouTube, hi, please can you also put in the chat box? We have one of our staff there monitoring the chat box. Can you just send hi? Tell us your name, where you're watching from, and we'll attend to you also. Okay, please can we see my slide now? Can put it in the chat box, so I will be monitoring the chat box. So if you have any question, please just drop it in the chat box. The same thing goes for our viewers on YouTube. Please drop it in the chat box. We'll respond to that. And so once again, you're welcome to the Mission T Teachers Academy webinar 1. So this is the first webinar that we'll be holding. Okay, I think I need to start recording. Okay, so the meeting is being recorded. Just accept, and then we are doing this so that we'll be able to share the link with us after the webinar. So this is the first webinar that we are going to be holding. My name is Adiola Adediro. I'm the Operation Executive here at TechWest Academy. I know I've met a lot of us at our various teachers' academy, so it's good to hear my voice again and not see me right now, but I'm going to all my videos soon. So if you have question, please put it in the chat box. I will answer, and we'll just kickstart the webinar. Okay, so during this webinar, we will be talking about the Mission T, and we'll also be talking about the webinar, why we are here, why we're having this webinar, and we'll be talking about one major thing also, that is very important for us to know. That's the Technovation challenge. And our Mission T Hub, I will be asking for progress, what we've done so far on this app. And we're also talking about the IBM, and we'll have question and answer section. I know you all have a lot of questions to ask us, so we'll be glad to answer that. Okay, so let's move forward. Mission T, Mission T. Okay, so if you, what I will do is during this section, I will ask some of us to say something. I know right now we can't enable our audio until when I allow us to talk. So that's fine. When you need to talk, you can just raise your hand and then I'll call you and we can have that conversation. Okay, so Mission T is an IHS initiative dedicated to improving the STEM narrative in Nigeria. So this mission C, what we hope to achieve is to have a shift in the perception of STEM in Nigeria. I know so many people believe that Nigeria is backward in STEM, in IT, and we want to use this training to make them know that that is no more. We have a shift. At least I've been to some states for the teachers academy, then I've seen how teachers has grown from I don't know how to press a computer to being able to press a computer. So that is a very great joy. And even at the end of a training, like we had a training sometimes, I think that was in Enugu. The teacher came to meet me the second day, and then it was like he showed me the project he did overnight using the STEM app. So I was super happy because that shows that the zeal is there, and then we are so much interested on the learning of this STEM, and we want to grow ourselves. So this project is launched by the IHS CSR department. Now, the CSR department, the corporate social responsibility of IHS, and this program is implemented by TechQuest STEM Academy. We are the one giving out this training to us. Over the years, this program has impacted over 8,000 students and teachers. In fact, has impacted more than these numbers over the years, and we are happy to grow more over the coming months and year. Mission to webinar. So why are we having this webinar? What are we going to be discussing during this webinar? What are we going to be putting to our table? What are you going to learn? So how will be putting us through that? So the Mission to webinar is a monthly webinar. This webinar is to support the implementation and the use of the STEM app that we introduced to us in our various states. I could see some people saying that they are from Enugu, they are from Benin, they are from Lagos. It's so good to see us from all over the states that we've been to. And then we are trying to get how much you have engaged your students using this app and how you have used the resources on this Mission T app. And if you also have issues downloading the app, you've not been able to download it so far. I know some people during the time we came to their state, they were using a small phone that does not have internet. Maybe now you now have a phone that has internet and you need to download it. We'll also put you through that during this webinar. This webinar is going to hold for 7 contacts. We're going to have 7 contacts for this webinar. It's going to be 2 hours each. So I will encourage us to always try to join in early so that we'll be able to tackle issues. I'll talk about strategic questions, any technical questions you have, we're able to resolve it on time, and then we'll be able to go on time. And I know the next question might be, why are we having it 5 to 7 p.m.? So we did a poll to teachers, and I know most of us here registered for that poll, and the maximum of people we had about 50% of people that picked 5 to 7 p.m. So that's why we're having it this time. So we could still review the time in the coming months. But now, the Technovation challenge. I know when we came to our different states, we talked about this challenge, and then we were also eager to learn or to know what this challenge will be. So this Technovation challenge is one of the biggest thing of this mission C training. So now, before I said earlier that it is very important for us as a teacher to use what we've taught you so far to engage your students in your school. So that is one. The Mission T Hub, you should have started engaging students in your school using the app, which means you can't engage students if you have not learned on it. So that means you should have been able to at least cover up two courses on the app, and you should have started engaging your students in the school. So the form we sent out earlier, I saw a lot of teachers that they've started using the app in their school. They sent us pictures of the students learning through the app, and those are parts of what we'll be doing during this Technovation Challenge and this webinar. So this Technovation Challenge is a platform where all the teachers in this program, they will showcase your skills. You'll bring up your skills across different regions that we have in this training. So this is going to just be competition among schools, among teachers, and let us take note of this. I said earlier that students are very important in this our challenge. So if you started engaging your students in your school, this is the only way we will know that you are actually doing a very good job. So as you will be competing during this Technovation Challenge, your students will also be involved. We need to see what you have taught them so far before we can grade you on this challenge. So this challenge will be focused on two things. The first one is your level of participation. That's the involvement with your students. We need to know how you have been able to, is this scratch you are taking as a course in your school? We need to know how you have really been engaging your students. We need to see picture evidence, video evidence. We need to see projects that they have built, and you are also supposed to have a representative from your students that represent the school and will be able to participate in this challenge. The other thing that we are going to be looking at is your innovation, that's your creativity for this challenge. How creative are you? We know there are so many projects out there, so many products out there that people are building, but we need to be able to know how your own is unique to other people. Yes, I want us to know that this challenge is going to be within regions. So, which means that if your product you are bringing is a very common product, let's say you want to buy something online, just like Jumia, and we have a product that people have submit because we ask you to submit a product, that's the project you build, we ask you to submit it, and then we'll look at it, we'll vet it from our hand. And I'm just giving us this idea because if you are thinking of, okay, I want to build a product just like Jumia, and 20 other people are thinking about that same project, then you know that it can't or it might not enter the challenge. So try to look for a problem that that people have not yet seen a solution to. Try to think wide. When you see people like if when you see people like Flutterwave, when you see people like, okay, look at this our mission app. We said it in our various schools, in our various locations, that this is the first app ever. Now you'll see that this is an app that we built based on a problem that we noticed that, okay, people cannot learn on their own. There's no app like this that will enable teachers to be able to learn STEM subjects, and then we build this up. This is a very unique one. So you need to be very creative. Then how will your students participate in this project? You need to take note that the students will be judged. Your project will be judged rather based on the students' performance. This means that it is expected that students participate in the Technovation Challenge under your school name or under the teacher name. So this is very important. And the other point that I'll be talking about is the selection of winners. How are we going to select winners? Because I'm very sure we already have some ideas. Okay, I have this product I want to build, and okay, how are we now going to select winners? Now, I want you to take note that when you have this idea that you are already thinking right now, because I want to believe we already have something we're already thinking about. Uh, we are going to be putting you through your ideas when you have issues on them. So the first thing is for you to start learning on that app. Try to build your project using that app. The STEM app is very important. That is why we were making sure that everybody downloaded that app during the training. Try to build your project using that app and write down. Do not forget, please write down all the bugs that you have, all the issues that you have while building the project. So while you are trying to build your project and then you know that, oh, I couldn't move from this stage to this stage, try to write it down so that when we come back in our next webinar, we'll be able to treat it together and we'll be able to come to a perfect solution. Okay, so now criteria for selecting winners. The first one is you have to have a STEM school, a STEM club in your school. What do I mean by this? This is a way where we'll be able to know that you have really engaged your students. It's not that we want you to go and build a club in your school. No, we want you to have a number of students that you have impacted, and then how you are doing that training with them. But this we will need it to be including, we will need you to include them as a picture. Then you will send us the attendance sheets, because if you have embedded this into the curriculum in your school, we will need evidence. And you cannot forge it because, yeah, we'll have a way where we will be able to vet it ourselves. So we'll need attendance sheets. Then we will need you to bring out the project that they built as a whole in the school, bring it out. Then we need activities that they did. So there is a link where you will submit all this evidence. We'll send it to your email. So this is why it's very important that we'll always check our emails from us, check your emails, check your spam box, and always do us one big favor, which is try to tell the teacher that you know that was around for this event. I know most people might not be able to be checking their emails regularly, but try to always communicate in your teachers group. I know we are all in teachers group in our various region. Put it there that the Mission 2 webinar started. You can even put it there now. Mission 2 webinar started. Put the link there so that everybody can join. And then the next webinar, do the same thing so that everybody will be able to participate in this challenge. Now, we also ask for the evidence of engagement using this Mission T app. These are some of the criteria that we're going to be using to select winners for this Technovation challenge. Now, project ideas. So you would need to decide on a social problem that you want your project to solve. So we don't just want a mere project that does not have a value. We want a project that will be sustainable, where it can be here over the coming years, and then where it can be useful to the public or to the users. Then we also have evidence of important and mini problems. That means that the project must show importance in scale and impact in your community. Okay, so I know when we came to some states, we asked some teachers to give us their feedback on what has happened, and everything. So it was during that period we realized that okay, some schools that they are not having what's it called? They're having issues in their school. Some people said they're having issues with their internet. Some people said they have issues with they don't have computers. Look for a solution. Look for a solution that you can build in your community that will be helpful for people, because you can't build something that is not helpful for the people around you, and then you want to build something that will be helpful for the world at large. Okay, so there is also another point that is part of our selection criteria for this Technovation challenge, and that is IBM. I'm going to come to that very soon. Just want us to know that that is included in that. So we'll also have how I'm going to judge this project. How I'm going to judge it. Like I said before, we'll look at the innovation. I said before that it shouldn't be an exact copy of a pre-existing app. Don't go and do copy paste what you've done before, what they've done before. You now want to rebuild it. No, we need new solutions and new ideas. This will be very, very encouraged. So if you have a project idea that you're already thinking, yeah, just start working on it and improve on it. Now, the performance indicator for this challenge, your solution function. Then also you look at your UI, that's your user experience and design. Your app must be easy for people to use, for people to navigate. When we came to different states, we asked people to give us their feedback on the app, and then a lot of people said it was easy for them to navigate. So that is what we want, for people to be able to, you don't need to be having so many trainings to put them through the app. They should be able to do it on their own. That the technical learning on the app, it must show that you use that Mission T app to build this your project. Now, what are your project ideas? What are your project ideas? You have something you're already thinking about? Are you thinking of building anything? Anything. So if you have a book next to you, I'll just give us a short class work like we used to do in our class too. So if you have a book next to you, just write Mission T Webinar 1 there, and now write it there. My project idea. So if you have so many, write my project ideas and start listing things that you think you can build during this training. So if you are doing that, can you put that in the chat box? Say yes, that you are doing that. Write down your project ideas. So if you are doing that, just put yes in the chat box so that I'll be able to know you are following me. Okay, so I'm just going through the chat. Oh, Samuel, thank you for that. Bashil, okay, thank you. Thank you, Adejumobi, Oyakilome, Steven, Francis. Yes, you are doing that. Okay. I like this zeal. I like it when people are eager to learn, eager to build new things. You start from small. You start from small. Even Flutter Wave, they start from small. You see, all this Facebook, they started from, oh, they just say, oh, how can we just be sending paper to people? Why can't we just chat? And then they started thinking of, okay, there's something they can build. And then Facebook came to life, WhatsApp came to life. Yes, so I like it. No matter how small you think this idea is, just write it down. Write it down. Write it down. This part is just for everybody to do that, please. So if you have question and answer, please use the Q and A box and put your question there. So I will come back to that. So think about issues in your community that you want to solve. Okay. So this is great. I can see we are doing that. Okay, so before we go, I will ask about 5 of us to tell me. I don't know if you will tell me, maybe you think somebody will steal it. So I will look for a better way to do that. Just keep doing that and then let us move forward. Okay, let me check the question box. Let me see, we have question. Please, how do we practically integrate Mission T in the classroom? There are different subjects taught by different teachers. Please, where do Mission T comes in? This is coming from New World Remote Class. Okay, I think when you are trying to join the Zoom, please can you just rename the Zoom to your name so that I can call you your right name? Some people, I can just see iPhone. I can't address you as iPhone. So please just rename. Okay, so this question is coming from New World Remote Class, how we can integrate Mission T in the classroom. He said there are different subjects taught by different teachers. Okay, yes, so thank you so much for this question. Okay, so I'm just going to be replying to this now. Yes, we actually know that embedding a new curriculum inside the one that you already have in the school might be dicey or might not be. It's possible actually. So the best way to do it is uh, we are all ICT teachers, and if we are not ICT teacher, we can have extracurricular activities in our school, or we have. So during this period, we can use this period for these courses on the Mission T Hub. And yes, we have different teachers teaching different things. But you as an ICT teacher or you as a STEM teacher, because we have people that teach mathematics, chemistry here, you can also chip in courses on this app to your students. Because anything you are teaching in the school, that's one thing I've come to realize, that anything you are teaching in the school can one way or the other be linked to IT, be linked to STEM. You can link music to STEM. You can link Yoruba to STEM. There are practical sections, practical exercise that they will do, and then they will feel like, oh, that this is not something they can do normally. So no matter how it's difficult to maybe convince your principal to put it in the curriculum, but you can do it in your sections or include it in your extracurricular activities. Okay, so I'm going to, if you have more question, just put it in the chat box, and if you need more answer on that, please put it. I just need to move forward because of our time. Now, the Mission T STEM app. The Mission T STEM app. I know I've talked about this app a lot during this training. And this is very important. It is very important. Like I put in that thing, this is one of the criteria for Technovation Challenge. The second one is, or the first one is the Mission T Hub. The second one is your engagement with the student. The third one is the IBM. IBM. I'm coming to IBM. Now let's talk about the Mission T Hub. Now this Mission T Hub is an indigenous app for learning STEM. On this app, we have 9 courses on this app. 9 courses. We have the Scratch, we have digital electronics, which are divided into 3 categories. We have the basic, intermediate, and advanced. This was taught in our different classes, in our different sections that we had, and then we put us through how to navigate on this app. So have we started using this app? I think that is where my question should come in. Have you, ever since we came to your state that we had this training, have you opened this app after then? Have you gone through any course on this app? Have you started engaging your students? If you started doing any of that, can you just put in the chat box that I have started? Or if you are yet to start, put yet to start. If you are about to start, put about to start. I'm tracking that in the chat box, and it's very important that we answer that, please. Samuel, I've started. Whoa, this is great. I've started with it. Okay, this is very great. I'm happy to see that some people have started this in their school. So if you've started using this app in the school, please put it in the chat box. Okay, you are yet to start, you did. Okay, another person have started, another person is yet to start. And if you, okay, yet to start, my app is not responding. So these are one of the reasons why we have this webinar. These are one of the reasons why we have webinar. Okay, so for Oya Kilome, that your app is not responding, or somebody will be in the chat box chatting you to ask for the issues you have and responding to that. Okay, so yeah, so today is just, I'm introducing us to all the platforms we have. If we still have time, I'll be taking all this. My app is not responding, I can't download. I'll be taking one after the other. I'll be resolving it on the call if we still have time. So if you have issues with the app, if you are yet to start, let us know. If you started engaging the students, let us know. I've started with my student. This is very great. This is very great. Okay. So this app is available 24/7. If you have issues using the app, we have a chat function on the app. You can see that if you look at this image here, you see this more in this image. If you click this more, Then you will see chat with us there. So there you can chat with us on this app. Tell us what the issue you have, and then we'll be able to resolve it as fast as possible. Okay, I'm so glad to see that people have started engaging their students with this. Uh, this is very, very great. At least this makes us to know that some people are already prepared for the Technovation challenge. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to give us an assignment. The first one is in the next webinar, I'll be asking us how many students we have impacted, and you will tell us your experience using the STEM app. You will tell us. Let me know what you have done so far. Let me know how interesting it is. If you have any challenge, do that. So in the next webinar, try to have a comprehensive note of what you are going to tell us. Don't forget that we have Technovation Challenge. Did I even talk about price? Whoa, I didn't talk about prices for the Technovation Challenge. There are interesting prices to be won. Even me, I'm excited. I can't be really excited. There are prizes to be won. Very, very big prizes. Don't worry, I will unveil it to us very soon. It's going to be suspense. Yeah, it's going to be suspense. So watch out from us when we'll start giving you the prices to be won. Don't worry. Even when you hear the price, you yourself, you go and tell your the next teacher that you sure will not start learning this thing because there are prices. Okay, so it's good to see that some people, okay, so New Word said he wants to master it himself. This is very great. Try to do that. It's very, very easy to learn. Try as much as possible to finalize that, and then we'll be able to do that. Now, if you are unable to download the app, this is link to do that. Any emails you have been receiving from us, we usually put this link there. So if you don't have this link, that means maybe you have not been checking your email or not. So please and please, maybe I should put it in the chat box. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, so someone will put this in the chat box. So click this link and then it will take you to where you can download the app. So you can download the app on Apple Store and Play Store. For App Store is for those that are using iPhone, those app phone. Then for Play Store, those that are using Android, generally Android for Play Store. So you select the one that is capable or is you have to use for your phone rather, and then you download the app. I have some questions in the question and answer box. I can't get audio. It's the same for everyone. Adefokun, it's not the same for everyone. People can hear me. I think, okay, you might not be able to hear me, but let me put my answer. You need to enable your audio to hear me. So Adefoko, please do that. There's another question from, okay. Please, in the case of an emergency and participant has to go off, how can one access this webinar today in order to be updated on what was done today? Okay, so we are going to share the link, the recordings of this webinar with us, so you'll be able to have access to that. And generously, we should or we will send this slide to our email also. So if you are to log off, you won't be missing out on anything. Okay. So the next one is IBM. IBM, that's the next one. So today we are just running through what to expect on the app, what to expect on this webinar. We talked about the Technovation Challenge, those that are just joining in. We talked about what your project should look at during the challenge. We also talk about your project ideas. We talk about how we are going to judge your project. We've talked about that. Then one of the criteria of us judging your project was IBM. Apart from that, IBM is very important for all teachers to do. So what is IBM? I know some of us might know about IBM. IBM is an online learning platform, just like Coursera. I know some of us know Coursera. That's the same thing with IBM. It's a learning platform where you go, you register yourself or register your school, and then you pick your area of interest, and then you start learning. And learning on IBM is free. It's not something that you have to pay for. It's actually free. The same thing goes for the courses that are going to be learning during this training. So why are we even mentioning IBM? Because it's not looking as if you have so many things to learn. No, no, you don't have so many things to learn. Yes, you have so many things to learn. At the same time, you are growing yourself. Now, you want to learn on IBM, you want to learn the course that you have interest in. Now, I know each and every one of us, we have this desire that, okay, huh, I want to become, maybe I wish to be a data analyst. I wish to be, let's say, digital marketer. This is what I wish to be. This is what I wish to learn. So now when you go to this IBM platform, you can register your interest and then you pick out a course that you need to learn. Now you have two courses, two courses that you need to pick in IBM. So one is digital literacy. So you're going to pick some course in that aspect, and the one will now be a technical skill track. Technical. Those are the two courses that you're going to be picking. So the one can be from your own interest. The other one has to be technical from your own hand. And it is very important for every teacher on this platform to do it. At the end of everything, do you know the interesting part of it? You're going to have a badge. What do we call a badge? A badge is like a certificate that you can showcase everywhere in the world. The certificate is acceptable everywhere in the world. You can put it in your CV, put it in your resume that you are certified in this place. And then you are even learning for free. I hope you're excited about it. So this is the link where we are supposed to register. We are supposed to sign in using our email, LinkedIn, and we're supposed to fill this form. So at this point, I'm going to be introducing one of my colleagues to us. Her name is Amarachi. She works here at TechQuest, at the operations here at TechQuest, and she's going to be putting us through how to register on IBM and what we need to know on IBM. Okay, so okay, so Amarachi, let me just okay. So Amarachi,
Hello,
over to you.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Amachi. I work at TechQuest and I'm in the operations department. I'm going to be taking you through IBM, the processes for its registration and how to get your training courses and start. Um, Please, I'll be sharing my screen. Please just hold on. Hello, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, please wait a minute. I guess you can see it now.
Yes, I can see it now. Okay.
I sent the link to the chat box before now, so you can actually click on it and maybe follow the steps while I run through it. So when you click on the link, it's going to bring you to this IBM homepage. And by the top right, you see login or sign up. You just click on sign up. For you as a teacher, you're going to be selecting registration as an educator. And you click on sign up. So let's wait a minute. Okay, you can either sign up with your Google account, your LinkedIn account, for those that have LinkedIn pages. You can either use your IBM ID account, or I guess the two most conversant ones here are your Google account and LinkedIn account. So, but I'm going to use my Google account for this registration. Okay. Okay, I already have my account here signed in, but I'm just going to log out and start afresh so we can see how it's done. Sorry. Please just hold on. Sorry. Okay, yes. So I have registered with my Google account. Don't know why I cannot log out, but okay, so that we won't continue being delayed, I'm just going to explain the whole processes. Then I will make the whole processes very, very easy to understand so that you can actually check it out as you might actually follow me as I'm actually explaining the processes because I'm finding it hard. Okay, then first of all, you on the top right, you see sign up or login, and you're going to click on sign up. You have to sign up as an educator, not a student. When you click on sign up as an educator, you see either your email address, your LinkedIn, IBM ID, custom ID. But the preferable here, you should use your email address in case they want to send you updates of frequently. Then after this, a page is going to pop up. The page is going to actually contain your personal data. The requirements here to be filled are your email address, your first name, your family name. Your family name means your surname. That's actually the meaning of your family name there. So you fill your first name, you fill your surname, then you click on continue. Then in continue, you see your name, you write your name in full. You also impute your email. Sorry, I don't know if some of you are following as I'm actually saying it. Please just let me know. So, okay, I should zoom in. Sorry. I hope you can see it now. Okay, so,
Yes, it's better now.
okay. Okay, someone said I should come again. Please, there was a link, an IBM link that was dropped on the message chat box. If you can click and follow while I explain, please, I would gladly appreciate that because I'm finding it difficult because I already have an account. So please just click on the link and follow while I explain. And you can drop any question you may have on the chat box. I'll see and I'll answer. So the first thing is when you click on the link, a page is going to pop up. And on the top right side of that page, you are going to see login or sign up. You'll have to click on sign up. After signing up, it's going to bring you to another page. How, like, it wants to know if you're signing up as an educator, as a student, or as a company. And for you as a teacher, you're going to click an educator. When you click as an educator and you continue your sign up, there is another button that is just below. This will bring you to another page where you can either sign up with your email address, your LinkedIn account, your IBM ID, or custom ID account. And for this, it's advisable you use your email address. So for easy communication from IBM. Sorry, is anyone following the process and all? So I won't be too fast. Okay, then, okay, thank you. The next step, a form is actually going to pop up, and the form that is going to show is going to be your personal data form. Definitely, you've seen that most times when you want to register on website, they actually ask you for your first name, your surname, your middle name, stuff like that. So this is basically what this is about. You have to first of all fill your first name. You see the space to fill your first name. You're going to fill in your first name. Then the second place is for your family name. Your family name is what we refer to as your surname. So you fill your first name and your surname, then your email. Your email should also be the email that you're using to sign up in the step before that. After that, you click on continue, just a button below that. Then you fill the name of your school. The page is going to bring you to the name of your school and your role in your school. Your role in your school is like maybe the teacher, the subject you handle, like an ICT teacher, or maybe a principal, or any other role you might handle in your school. So you fill the name of your school and your role in your school. Then after that, the next page is actually going to bring you to your location. You are going to, once you select Nigeria as your location, is the next place that is supposed to be for your state or region in that location is actually going to, you will not be able to click again, but that's not the problem. You just have to fill in your location as in you're in Nigeria. Then the next chart you're going to see is how you heard about IBM, but that's not compulsory. You can either fill it or you leave it. It won't stop anything from your registration processes. So the next thing is to click on sign up. Then you now see click the boxes to receive updates from IBM, because a page is going to pop up and they'll ask you if you either want updates from IBM about courses, about trainings and all that. Is advisable that you click it, even though it's not necessary. Then the final thing that you're going to do is to click the boxes in order to agree to the terms of use of IBM site. You have to click the both boxes. This will actually give you access into your account. Okay, someone asked the full name of IBM. Okay, IBM actually stands for International Business Machines. That's the meaning of IBM. And okay, let me just make a small explanation. I don't know, a lot of you might have been hearing of IBM, but this is what it stands for, International Business Machine, and it's like one of the world's largest information technology companies that provide a wide spectrum of hardware, software services. So that's what basically IBM is about. And we are partnering with them to actually give you this training. So on this site, you're going to be having a lot of courses that is actually going to help you as an educator. The next, after signing up, After signing up, you have to click on submit, then your account is created and you're in. Then you now sign in. Like signing in means you already have an account with them and you're just trying to log in into the site. After that, you're going to have to click on this link that is in step 3. This link, you're going to actually fill it. It's going to give you room to actually onboard some of your students that you're going to be teaching on this board. Students are not necessary, we just need you there. You are going to have to select 2 registration tracks, because after signing in, you're going to see a page that will ask you, okay, thank you, Tim Paul, for registering successfully. I hope you continue following me so that you get better understanding of how to maneuver your ways in the app. The next is to, after you're signed in, you're going to have a pop-up that will ask you your language, to choose your preferred language. And the preferred language definitely is English language. Please, is anybody lost? Has anybody successfully registered? Thank you, Adefokun. Has any other person registered? Thank you, Timmy Paul. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope you continue following. So you just have to, lost. I don't know. Okay, don't worry, there will be a time for question and answers, but let me just go through. So I'll carry others along, but you can just hold your question. I'm sure it will be answered. So the next step, after selecting the language you want, the language you should best be addressing, which is definitely English, unless you have another one in mind, you're going to have to select 2 learning tracks. The first one there is going to be as to your skills, and the other one, they are like about three sections that you need to select. There are about 3. Okay, I should start the process again quickly. All right. Please, for those that are lost, just follow me up again. 2 participants raise hands. Please, can you just type in the chat box so we can see what you have to ask? So I'm going to start the process all over again, and I'll try as much as possible to carry you along. You have to click on the link, on the IBM link that has been dropped on the chat box. That's the first stage. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to a page, IBM page. And on that page, on the top right-hand side, you will see login or sign up. And because you're registering for the first time, you're actually going to click sign up. This will bring you to a page that you either sign up as an educator, as a student, or as an organization. But you have to select signing up as an educator. Then the next is, it will bring you to a page that has about 4 sections and is asking you to either sign up with your email address, your LinkedIn account, your IBM ID, or custom ID. The only thing you have to do there is to click any of the buttons. If you are registering with your email address, you just have to click it. You just have to click the button there. Remember, it already has your email address while you're signing up. Or if it has to bring you to a position where you fill your email address, you just have to fill it up. You just have to click on these buttons. If you have a LinkedIn account, you just click on it. It might ask you for your LinkedIn username and the rest. That's just it. You just have to click on the buttons. Then the next, after clicking on these buttons, it will bring you to another page, which is called your personal information page. This is just normal for every web applications or websites where they take your personal data for documentation. Then the things that you're going to fill on this personal information is first, your first name. You see spaces for it where you're going to type it out, your first name. Then the second is your family name. Again, Your family name means your surname. Then you have to fill in your email address. After your email address, you click the next. There's a button that is on the bottom right side of the page. You click next, and it's going to take you to a place where you fill the name of your school and your role in the school. Your role in the school actually means the position you take in the school. If you're an ICT teacher, you just fill it up. If you're an English teacher, you fill it up. If you're a principal, you fill it up. If you're an admin officer, a secretary, whatever it might be, you just fill it up. Then you click on the button that is on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Sorry, that is on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. And this wants to get your location. It's going to ask you for your country first, and the second is going to ask you for your region. But once you select Nigeria, there is no need filling your region. Why? Because automatically you will not be able to fill that region again. So the only thing you need is your country in that first location page. That's just what you need to fill. Then below it, you now see a question that they will ask, how you heard about IBM. But this is not compulsory. It's not mandatory that you're going to fill it. So what you just have to do after filling your location, your country, you can just click on the next page. And this page is going to bring up a kind of notification where IBM is asking you if you would like them to continue sending you notifications to your email address also. So you can actually click tick the buttons. But I guess this will actually help you to get updates on the IBM. So it's advisable you click on it. Then the next is going to bring you to a consent page. In this consent page, you have to click on the two buttons there. That means you are agreeing to their terms of use. I'm sorry, but this is compulsory, and without it, you will not be able to fully register your account in IBM. Then you have to click on the submit button. With this, you are ready and you fully registered for IBM. Is there any other confusion, please? Okay, I think we'll just continue. Then the next, thank you very much for registering. I think after registration, your IBM is also going to send you an email and welcome you to IBM. So you now have to sign in. After this, you have to sign in. Signing in means it's different from sign up. Signing in means you already have an account and you're just trying to log in into your already existing account. Then after that, there's a link on this slide. This link is actually the link that it will bring out a form for you, and you have to fill it to know the kind of the amount of students that are coming under you. The student, remember, this is a necessity in order to participate in the Technovation challenge. So we'll need to know the number of students that are going to actually come under you. Then the final one, after you've registered, after you've signed in, the first thing they're going to ask you is your preferred language, and which is English. You click on English and you click on continue. Then it's going to bring you to a page that has 3 sections of course tracks. The first one there you're going to see is courses, your skill set, and you see tracks that are related. Thank you for your registration, Marcus. Then you have to select one. There are 3 sections there, but you have to select one from the first section and one from the second section. Okay, these are the tracks. These are the tracks now. But we are only going to be working with the first and second section. The first section is your technical skills. And please, you're only to select one technical skill from this group. Then your workplace skills. it's advisable that you select digital literacy. Please don't mind the fact that I selected artificial intelligence as technical skills. This is just to show you, to give you screenshots of how it is actually. You must not select artificial intelligence. If you have an interest with blockchain, you select it. If you have an interest with cloud computing, cybersecurity, any one of your choice, you just select it. Then the workplace skills, we are advised to let you know that the best you should select here is digital literacy. This will actually help you in any tech skill it could actually be. Then after these two selections, you click on continue. This will now bring you to your your dashboard. The courses that will be on your dashboard now are courses that IBM has automatically selected for you because of this your track, because of this your technical skills and workplace skills that you've already selected. So they are going to now bring out courses that is in accordance with this your skills you have selected here. So the courses that are in accordance with this your skills you've selected in this recommended learning place is actually the one that is going to show on your dashboard. So if you selected blockchain, courses that are according to blockchain, those are the ones that will show on your IBM skill build dashboard. Those are the ones that will show. Because I previously selected artificial intelligence here, that is why I have courses that are all about artificial intelligence. Is anybody confused about this course selection? Please, are you following? So I don't know, will someone actually like to tell us the technical skills they would like to select, or technical skills for those that are registering along? Maybe just let us know some technical skills that you've selected. Oh, thank you. Thank you, cloud computing. Thank you. I hope you all will continue that. So the courses, as you selected cloud computing now, sorry, I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs. Yewande, the courses that are to show on your dashboard are going to be courses as related to cloud computing. Those are what you have on your dashboard. Thank you, Samuel. Cloud computing. Why are you also in love with cloud computing? Well, anyways, I wish you the best. So this is actually what you're going to have on so you just select any of the courses. You just select any of the courses. And these courses are totally free because we are in partnership with IBM to render these trainings to you. So when you select them, you just undergo the training for free. But at the end of each training, you're going to obtain a badge. And this badge is going to indicate that, yes, you have finally completed your training. Here one day, as you selected cybersecurity, as you selected cloud computing, you're going to obtain a badge after completing your course on cloud computing. And this badge is the only thing we can use to ascertain if you actually went through this IBM training or not. So that is all for now. Mind you, remember that this training is a necessity for your pricing and for your assessment for the Technovation Challenge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amarachi. Thank you so much for that. That was a very interesting section. Okay, so I think we should just take questions. Okay, so let me go through the question and answer. Okay. Okay, so I think I stopped here. Samuel Olademilade was saying, is it possible to download it on laptops? I think this should be the app, if I'm correct. So for the app, we don't have a web version for the app presently. We only have the mobile version. So for the laptops, you have to download the resources, which are in PDF formats. We've been sending the links to our email. If we don't have that, we can put it in the chat box also. And we'll be able to assist with that. Okay, so we have another question. Please, can you incorporate the topics in computer science or data processing in the app to ease us in teaching the subjects in the class? Okay, so this is a very good question. We would be looking at this, or we'll look for how best we can improve the app in the next version if need be, and we'll take this into consideration. So thank you for that. Will there be a recorded section of the webinar? Oh, yes, it is being recorded. We'll send it to our emails after the section. Okay. Can we get the slides also? Yes, we can get the slide. We'll send the slides to our emails. We'll send the slides to our emails. And can we change this selected course? I think this is for Amarachi. Amarachi, before you answer that, for those that are interested in some other courses which are presently not on the hub, you can check the IBM. But on the courses, we have some programming courses. On the hub, rather, we have some programming courses on it. We have CS Unplugged, computer science studies. We have. So if you check the app, new word, because you said your battery was about to die, I don't know if you are still on this call, but if you check the app, we have CS Unplugged. That's a computer science. So they are one of the courses that we have there on the app. So I guess you sent a chat that you were unable to download the app. So I think you are still yet to download the app. So that's why you've not been able to see the courses that we have. So yes. Amarachi, please, you have a question from Gonzog. The person is asking if they can change the selected course on the IBM platform.
Okay, yes, you can change it anytime you want. If you go to on the top of your dashboard, okay, I can share my screen now and actually show you since I already have an account. So
Okay.
please follow me on that. Please just give me a minute. Okay, I want to share my screen now. Okay, can everyone see my screen, please?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay, so I'm going to actually show you how to change your course selection. The tracks that you've previously selected, maybe you want to try, maybe you've seen that the courses are not like suiting your interest and you would like to try another track. So you just go on your dashboard, on the navigation bar of your dashboard. See this place that has like your abbreviation. I hope you can see my screen, please, my cursor. Then
Yes.
you go down, you click on your profile. After clicking on your profile, it's going to bring you back to this space. So I previously selected artificial intelligence. So now I can select enterprise computing and remove artificial intelligence. I can select quantum computing and remove enterprise computing. You see, I can also select mindfulness, study skills, and all. So this is the way that you can actually change. Then you click on continue. I've made changes now. I've made changes now to my account. I'll just go done. So now I've seen new in skill build. Okay, I'm going to see my courses. Then if I go up here to recommendations on the top nav, if I click on my learning, remember I changed it to quantum computing. So you see, I'm having courses now that has not come up based on my new selection. So that is it. Is very much you can actually navigate your way around it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amarachi. I hope that is clear by us. If you still have any question for Amarachi, please drop it in the Q&A section. I'm presently going through that. And for those on YouTube, I'm going to be going through the chat box to pick out our question also. So please, let's drop our question so that we'll be able to treat that. So someone is asking, uh, okay, I joined in very late. Oh, you are going to get the recordings. So please try to join in early next time. And another person was asking if you can use computer. So IBM are just for laptops, they're just for your computers, and the app are just for mobile phones. So please take note of that. You can log in through your laptop to the IBM platform, and for the STEM app, you can only use your phone for that. Okay, so let me just go through the YouTube now. If I come back here, let me see the question we have. Okay, so many of us are joining late. Okay, please do not worry, we'll send the recordings. What we've talked so far was we've talked about the purpose of this webinar. We put us through the Technovation challenge, what to expect during the Technovation challenge. We told us that we are going to be completing regions by regions, we'll be completing why we bring in our projects. And we also talk about the criteria for selecting the winners, of which we talk about the hub, that's the mission system hub that we asked everyone to download. If you are yet to do that, we talk about the engagement of the hub to the students. I'm trying to answer Mba that said he's lost. And then the last one we talked about was the IBM. We said it is very important for every teacher to register and to learn at least two courses on the IBM, and you have to present your badge to us. So that was when Miss uh, Amarachi came in to put us through how to register on the IBM. So for those on YouTube, if you have any question, I would love to take that. Please just put it in the chat box, and we would respond to that. So those that are asking for the recordings, please you will get that. So I can see people joining from over all the states. Thank you for doing that. Let me just go back to Zoom and try to answer some question. Okay, so we have a very interesting question that I've been expecting since. So someone from Plateau said we promised to get the slides, and they are still waiting. Okay, the slide was sent to our email. So if you check your email, you will see to download the Mission T resources, click this link. To download the Mission T slide, click this link. But do not worry if you do not have the slide, we are going to send it again with this slide and with these recordings. So that will be the slide for all the Mission T classes that we've done so far. We'll do that. Okay. Let me just go through them. Okay, so someone is asking if we should make it a favor. Okay, we should do a favor by mandating each state government to see to the implementation by providing the gadgets and data, please. Okay, so I think this should be for the IBM or for the learning of the courses in our state. Okay, so learning from your school is using the mission system app. And then I know in those sections, people said the student does not have access to phones, and that is why we have the PDF format that we just need to print out and we need to just give it to our students to learn. And we as a teacher can also print it out and teach our students using that because we know we don't have the web version, but yes, we can do that. And also for the IBM, that can be done online. So for data and gadgets, I think learning through the Mission T app is just your phone, and learning through IBM is just your internet, which should not, I don't know how many gig it will take you, but it should have been more. So, yes, this is a very good recommendation. Thank you for this. And it's also very advisable for us to be able to sacrifice at least little to our course also. Yes, so thank you for that question, Bashir. Okay, so I'm going to go through the chat box. Okay, please, if you have any question or if you have, if you want to contact Mission T, that's on Mission T team, please check the chat box. We put our email address there. I'll send an email to community@tqstem.org. Community@tqstem.org. Yes, so you'll be able to have access to us. You can send us a chat and then we'll be able to respond. Okay, so before we move forward, I'm just going to be I'm going to be taking verbal questions. I know we've been the one talking and then we've been really doing well through the chat. So I'm going to be asking us if you have any question so far, or if you have a contribution, or you started engaging students in your school and you want to tell us about the feedback. Oh, yes, and I also need to acknowledge our teachers from Oyo State. I can see some names here, Adifokun. Yeah, I can remember that name. From Oyo State, these teachers, we've been engaging with them since 2019, and it's so good to have you on this call here. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be seeing you soon, and we're going to be having a lot of discussion about that. So if I can see, is Jiga, your hand is up. Uh, Let me allow you to talk. So, so if you want to say something, please just raise your hand, and then I can allow you to talk so that we can get feedback, verbal feedback from us. And I know presently we can't on our video. Apologies about that. In our next webinar, this will be enabled for us to turn on our video so we can see who is talking, and then everybody can see who to communicate with. So Ziga, um, I'm giving you permission to talk right now. So yeah, Ziga, please, you can unmute yourself. Please, can you unmute yourself? Your hand is up. So I'm trying to take feedback from us. If you, okay, how do you raise your hand? Okay, just go to the options next to your name there, and then you see raise hand. Raise hand is like I5 or emoji. So you just click it and then I'll be able to allow you to talk from my hand. Okay, so do we have anyone? I guess Zika is okay. We have Adejumo. Okay, Adejumo Samuel. Okay, so I'm going to allow you to talk. Okay, Adejumo, please you can unmute yourself now, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for the webinar. I just want to ask, I think from the beginning, using the Nation P app, I have a project in mind that I would like to execute. But going through the app, I found out that it's more of web designing. But what I have in mind is going to be on mobile app designing and development.
Okay.
So I don't know if they have to or the knowledge, because I've not gone through all the courses, but what I found is the web designing aspect. So I don't know if there's any room for shifting or upgrading into mobile app development. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Adejumo B. So that is why I love to take verbal feedback so that everybody would be able to hear. Okay, so on the hub, we have 9 courses on the hub. We have the Scratch, we have digital electronics, we have web development, we have app inventor, we have the CS Unplugged, we have robotics, and they are all divided into basic, intermediate, and advanced. So you were talking about that you've not seen anything on building an app. App Inventor is an application that will help you to build an app. Okay, we have, I know we have web design and we have web development. Those can help you with your website, but for app, you have to go through the app inventor. And for your students, you can go through Scratch with them also. Can go to Scratch and app inventor. Scratch is an animation. They can also use it to build an app. They can also use it to build games games, and then they can also, it's very easy, it's a drag and drop application that your student can start with. And if you particularly want to start building an app, start with App Inventor. Or if you don't have any idea of coding before, start to Scratch and then advance to App Inventor, you'll be able to build an app. I hope that answer your question, Adejumobi.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay, so
Now, what-
okay, I think what you're about to say is you walk through that. Okay, Samuel, I'm going to. Okay, Samuel, please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks for the presentation. My question, can
Okay,
you hear
please
me?
can you increase your volume?
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, better now. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for the presentation, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. My question is this, ma'am. Especially to our learners. Majority of these learners, they don't have a mobile phone. So what is the way forward in getting mobile phone for these learners? Majority of them, like my student that we are learning it together, they do use my phone. Even last 2 weeks, the phone got broken. I went to go and repair it. They are the one that that damaged the phone. I went to go and repair it. So what is the way forward in getting maybe a small tablet for these learners?
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that question. Is that all?
Yes, ma'am. That's all, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. So thank you. Like I said earlier, I know how difficult it could be that your student does not have the phone. Yes, it's not something that I have a say over because I think phones are not allowed in schools, with what I know. And so please, can you mute yourself? Okay. I'm just going to do that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So phones are not allowed in schools, and our students might not have access to phone. But what we did was that we have a PDF version for every courses on that app. Now check the chat box. I've dropped the link there. That's the link to access all the 9 courses that we have on the app. Each of that course might have about 100 pages, but everything you can see on the app are everything you have there, except for the videos. Like I said, the videos, yeah, definitely we can put in a PDF document, but it is something that when you download it, you would see that there's no difference between this document and a phone. So for now, we know that our student does not have access to a phone. Why not print it out for them? Why not do photocopy? It's just the same way they have their textbook, the same way they have their notebooks. This will also assist them. All the pictures that you can see on the app, I know we've gone through the course, you can see pictures, everything are on this PDF document. So please, I will encourage every teacher here that we should please try to download this curriculum, download all the courses, the 9 courses, print it out and photocopy for your students and let them start learning. Okay. I hope that answer your question. So Judith, please can you unmute yourself? I can see more people that are raising their hands. I'll just take some questions before I will round up.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good
This is
evening.
Judith. This is Judith from Enugu State.
Good evening, Judith.
The problem I have with this program is that the time frame when they came to Enugu was very, very short. It was less than 2 months, 2 days program. So we were eager to learn more because we can see that the world is going global village. So every teacher
Yeah.
needs this. So we expected the program to last at least 1 week so that we have something to teach our students. But surprisingly, they ended in 2 days. You can see that I wasn't going with you in the program that's interacting or typing anything. I'm trying to get my grant. I love the program. I would love to join in the program, but I still need to learn more about it.
Okay.
So how can you be of help?
Okay, thank you, Judith. Thank you very much. It's good to see that we have zeal to learn more on this program. Okay, yes, we know that the 2 days was very short for the training, and that is why we call it a teacher's academy, because it's just an introduction to what this mission entails. So
Okay.
that is why we just have 2 days. So the other parts of this program was this webinar part,
All
of which
right.
this is just we just started it, which is an introduction that we are doing today. So
Okay.
starting from the next webinar, we are going to be bringing up. I asked people to write down their project ideas that they are going to be building during this training, and they
Okay.
should start implementing it. So the first way for them to implement it was to use the app. I don't know if you were able to download the app. Were you able?
Yeah, I'm trying to load it in my second phone because this one is my daughter's own. I was trying to use
Okay.
mine on that very day. It couldn't work. Then I decided to use my daughter's email address. So I'm
Okay.
trying to use mine so that I can be following the program on my own.
Okay. Okay. So we need to follow the program using the app, and then the project ideas that we are writing down, let us start working towards it. Now, any meeting that we're having, all these webinars, come to these webinars with the issues you have building the app. We are going to put it through. That is why we have this webinar.
All
So we
right.
want you to, yes, because we did that Teachers Academy so that we'll put a zeal in our heart to start something. And then
All
during this
right.
webinar, we'll now be able to put you through those zeal so that it will prepare you for that Technovation challenge that we have.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you also.
All right.
Okay, I think we have David. David, please just introduce yourself and the states you are from. David, you can mute yourself, please.
Good evening, ma. I'm David Girma from Plateau State.
Good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, David. Good evening, David.
I'm David Girma from Plateau State. Thank you for giving us this time. What I wanted to ask was, I think it was answered by somebody. However, my problem here is this. Please, for those of us that are teaching in the rural areas, how do we get to at least organize a class with you people? Perhaps if you can, the students can watch us directly, or they can have the sense of belonging all this way. And secondly, may I know if the web application, maybe the EXE, I mean the uh, computer version of your application is ready? Please let us know. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, David.
You're welcome.
Okay, so for those that are staying in the rural area, I think you are calling from Plateau, if I'm correct. So I know there are a lot of rural areas that
Yes.
don't have access to internet, especially. Yes, so to have access to, for your students to have access to all the courses on that app, I shared a link earlier. I've said this a couple of times. What we just need to do is to find a way to print. There should be a way we can print out documents in the rural area, if I'm correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we just need to print it out and do photocopy. It will not look like a paper copy. So they don't need to use the app. So you just give them the paper copy to print it and then to start learning. So the curriculum is divided into chapters by chapters. We call it modules, and lesson by lesson. So it is very, very comprehensive, and you don't even need to be preparing it yourself. So you will just come to class and just say, oh, today we want to talk about introduction to programming, and then you talk about it. There's even test at the end of it. You give them test, you give them assignment, and then you video everything that you're doing with it. Video it, have pictures, and then we'll send a link to our email where you will just upload it so that we'll know that, oh, you are doing very well. You'll be able to participate in the Technovation challenge, and one way or the other, we have gifts. So I will encourage you that those that are in rural area, even though it might be difficult to or try to find a way to participate in this challenge, because the gifts are very exciting and then it's very useful for us in our community. Okay, so thank you, David. Someone is asking for the link. I'm just going to mute you, David. I'm going to paste the link
Thank
again.
you so
Okay.
much.
Okay, so that's the link. If you click the link, you will see the 9 courses there. So please just start downloading it. Download it on your laptops and let's find a way to print it out. Also, I saw some questions on YouTube, so I don't want to leave them behind. Okay, so Umba said you are okay with the rundown on IBM. Oh, that's great, Umba. Okay, you have questions. Please, schools in rural areas like mine have power challenges. So how do I fully implement the mission C objectives? Okay, so I'm going to be pasting the resources on the chat box. So you can see the resources for everyone watching on YouTube. So that's the link to the resources. Please click it. For those that are in the rural area that does not have access to internet, please let us find how we can download these resources, and we'll be able to print it out in paper copies. The resources are paper, there are pictures, everything are included there. We'll be able to print it out. So I'm putting it in the chat box for those that are joining for Facebook or for YouTube rather. So for those in the rural, please, we need teachers okay for photocopy to give to our students to make them participate. Please, this will be looked into, but let us try as much as possible to engage our students using this app. Let us engage them. And for those that are having challenges with their network, to register on IBM, to register on IBM will not take much time. Like we could see that during the training, people were able to register on IBM. So anytime you find a very conducive internet or network, try to just to register. So we have a question on the next Zoom meeting. Please always check your emails. We'll communicate the next Zoom meeting to us via email. Like I said before some of us joined, try to engage other teachers that you know were around for this training when we had our Teachers Academy. Let them know that the webinar has started. Share the link with them. Let them attend the next one. Encourage them to always check their emails. To those that they don't check their emails, please do so, because most of the time we communicate, and almost all the time we communicate through emails. So it is very important that everybody check their emails. So be your brother's keeper, that's how I will put it. Be your brother's keeper. Okay, so I'm going to just take this last question and then we call it a day. So I think this is from Bashir. Bashir, just introduce yourself and the state you're calling from, and I will give us an assignment to bring in the next webinar, and then from there we will start the practical aspects of this. So Bashir, please, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Hello, ma.
Hello, I
Bashida.
hear you.
Yes, Bashida Vodun from Plateau State.
Okay, Bashir. What?
Yes, thank you for the session we had this evening. The network was a challenge. You're getting me? Hello, ma.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Bashir.
Yes, though we had a little bit of network challenge, the sessions was going off and on, but we thank God for what you've done this evening. Can we also introduce other ICT teachers that didn't go for the teachers workshop in the state? Hello, ma.
Yes, Bashir, thank you for that question.
Yes,
Yes, the aim of this training is to reach as many teachers as possible. No knowledge is a waste. So when you have any teacher that is interested in joining this training and want to continue, please, you can introduce the person to us. Tell the person we are going to send out a form, so any new teachers can register so that we can have their details. And so let him or her join the next section, the next webinar we have. Let them download the app, especially. So as you have more people, send them the app, let them download the app, put it in your groups. I know we have WhatsApp group for teachers. So put it in your
yes, ma.
WhatsApp group. Let teachers download. Tell them that, okay, the next webinar is coming up, so. We'll give you the date in your email. So when you have that, put it in the chat box, put the registration link there, put the Zoom link there, let everybody join, follow up, and build your community from there. From there, you can, I'm very sure we can have good projects coming from each of our community. So, and that comes from unity. So I don't want
Yes.
us to say, I want to do it alone. You might not be able to do it alone, but try to engage as many teachers as possible, and try to engage your students. And I'm very sure we'll all have a wonderful project to do.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Right, thank you
Hello,
so
ma.
much. Yeah, I'm with you.
Hello. Yes, after our own workshop, we came back and our students started the exams, and they're on exams now. So engaging students now may be till next session because we're writing our terminal exams.
Okay. So that's fine. We know when we came to Plateau, it was students were about to write exams. Yes.
Yes,
So that's fine. So immediately after exam, we can start doing that. I know they will have summer break. So during the
yes,
summer break, we can be teaching that to them also.
yes, ma.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Bye.
much. Yeah. All right. Bye. Okay, Judith, you said you are finding it difficult to sign up on the app. Okay, so because of our time, I might not be able to answer that. I know you have issues with your emails because we've spoken earlier. I'm going to put our email address here, community@tqstem.org. Please send an email to us, and then from there I'll be able to assist you on that. That's for Judith in the chat box. Send us an email. I'll be able to put you through on how to sign up on the app. So anybody that is also having issues,
Forgive you, right?
um, okay, so I'm going to be muting David. Okay, I've done that. Okay, so thank you so much for joining in. Before we go, I'll be giving us an assignment. I didn't forget that. Okay, so get out your pen, bring out your pen and your book, and write this assignment down. Okay, so in the next section, you are going to be telling us your project ideas and what you have done so far on the project. So that's your assignment. What you think will be beneficial to your community. You know your community is lacking something like this. It might even be your school, because I know I've been to some areas that their school does not even have a website. That's something. Just think of something you can do that will be beneficial to your community, and it shouldn't be you copy from somewhere and you want to do it. It should be a new innovation, and write it down. In the next section, I will ask us what we have started doing on it. This time is running fast. It is not something that after now you will wait another 2 months before we have webinar. No, we're having the next webinar very soon. So that means that the Technovation challenge is happening very soon. So start engaging your students as fast as possible. Start working on your project as fast as possible. So in the next class, I'm going to be asking us what we've done, and those that have issues, we are going to be treating it. So that is when we'll start selecting people that are going to be going for the regional challenge. So be prepared, be prepared. Okay, so before I go, I'm going to, I know somebody has been answering us in the chat box. I know we've been wondering that who is this person that has answered all our questions. She's very fast in answering question in the chat box. And her name is Dr. Itoro Hemombolo. She is the director here at Techwest Academy. And she is the one that is giving us this avenue to talk to us. So she's going to just say one or two things before we end this webinar. Over to you, Dr. Itoro.
Thank you very much, Adiola. And thank you very much to all our wonderful teachers that have joined this webinar today.
Hello, Doctor. I think we lost you there. Hello, Doctor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate you being part of this webinar, and we hope that you join the remaining webinars that are coming along. We also have a lot of other programs, and we will be sharing them with you via emails. We'll also create WhatsApp group that you could join for your state so that you keep updated on resources and tools that we have available freely for you to use within your schools and within your communities. So we thank you once again. Thank you for this session, and thank you for all the very interesting questions. We're looking forward to seeing the different projects that you come up with and the solutions. And I believe that it's going to be quite exciting. And I thank you very much. So once again, thank you, and looking forward to seeing you in all future webinars.
Thank you very much, Dr. Itoro. So thank you for joining in, everyone. It's so good to see us here. For our teachers over there on YouTube, we can see you all. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for joining. And on Zoom also, thank you so much for joining in. Please do have a wonderful evening. Expect more emails from us over this week, and take good care of yourself. Bye, everyone.